me give you some context for what you're about to see. I was talking to some guest, and I don't know how, like, potatoes or the Irish got brought up, but I said, oh, you want to hear a joke? How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irish person? 0. So somebody who's Irish that was watching took such great offense to that they came up and we started having this conversation. And you'll see at the end that my life got shut down for like hate speech or something, which I never said any hate speech or anything. So it's really funny. He's a crybaby, a white knight, and completely emotional and illogical. So enjoy, because it's funny.
It's funny to you because you're not Irish.
That's
right?
that's how jokes work.
No. Well, hang on. I haven't finished. I understand, but like a race joke where you're being a bigot and you're using racism to be funny, that's also a joke. But we would determine that while it may be funny to some people, it's still inappropriate to do. Simply because something is funny to you doesn't make it appropriate. So I was just curious.
I could take offense at anything.
You could. Do you think that people are being overly sensitive when someone's making a racism joke?
Could be.
Do you think that they're always?
Like, do you literally think that, like, South Park is not a funny show?
Sorry, can you just answer my question?
I am answering your question.
No, I asked the question. The question to you was...
I said that it could be.
It could be. I asked you, is it always? Because you seem to be defending the fact
that
it was funny. Well,
if I say that it could be, then that means that it isn't.
That it was funny. You seem to be suggesting it was funny because it was funny to you, and therefore it was appropriate to state. And all I simply asked was, once you were given a little bit more context for why that's offensive, is there any reason why that didn't change your opinion as to whether or not it was appropriate to say it?
Because I still think it's funny? I don't know.
Do you feel entitled to make jokes that you think are funny even when they can be harmful or disrespectful?
I think I have the right to find whatever I think is funny.
I didn't ask you if you have the right to find it funny. I asked you, do you think you have the right to state it? And obviously you have the legal right.
Oh,
right?
yeah, sure. I believe in free speech. Nobody gets to dictate what I can and can't say.
Great. Can you tell me a joke about the Holocaust?
I mean, I could, but I don't feel like it.
Could you tell me a joke about black people being enslaved?
I could, but I don't feel like it because, first of all, this is just a trap. But also, like, do you literally think that shows like South Park, comedians like Bill Burr, Louis C.K., do you think that they aren't funny?
Listen, there's a chance that you are like Louis C.K. in the sense that you go around exposing yourself to women, but you're not as funny as Louis C.K.
Well, Irish.
So when you're
okay, can you unprejudice yourself from your emotional baggage and just consider the actual argument?
Hang on, sweetheart. There's no emotional baggage. You're citing
yes, there is. You're literally taking this personally.
You are citing trained professional comedians and asking, do I find them funny? Yes, I find them funny. Because
okay, then you think that jokes that have like racial themes to them can be funny.
Can I finish? You seem to keep interrupting. Great. So when you asked whether or not I find it funny when someone like Bill Burr does it, because he's got the talent and the skill to be able to execute.
But what he said is offensive.
I'll be quiet.
So you don't like my style, and that's why it's wrong?
I'll wait again. Just tell me when you want to allow me to speak uninterrupted.
30 more seconds.
Oh, Art, seems like you're the one triggered.
My point the timer doesn't start until you stop talking.
You can't evoke Bill Burr and Eddie Murphy and Louis C.K. to protect you from making those same jokes because you don't have the skill that they have to make the jokes.
Then why is anybody... somebody's only allowed to make a joke if they're skillful in making a joke?
I understand that
maybe according to you,
I understand that for men like you, 30 seconds seems like an eternity, but that was only 10 seconds.
Buddy, if you cannot stop crying, I'm kicking you out. This is pathetic.
I mean, you're running.
I am not running. I'm pointing out the contradiction in what you think. You think that racially themed jokes are funny, but you didn't like it when I did it, and you have no argument for that, so now you just say that I'm talentless or something like that.
Don't worry, Irish. We won't cut you off.
I asked you again, Irish, when you were told about...
Stop cutting Irish off.
When you were told about...
All right, stop cutting Irish off, guys. This is ridiculous. Peterson, stop cutting him off.
I'm sorry. Okay, let him actually do his thing.
Oh, sorry. Anyways, go ahead.
It's just crazy, these fucking white ass motherfuckers thinking you guys are as funny as fucking Bill Burr. Like, this is the audacity of you fucking people who piss me off. None of your business what the fuck I am. What I am to you right now is I'm trying to educate you on the fact that you seem to think that you are funnier or as funny as Bill Burr and Louis C.K.
I don't have to be as funny as
they
them.
Have a talent and a skill that you don't have or possess.
Doesn't matter.
So you're evoking them as an excuse for you making stupid jokes?
If I copy and
paste,
paste,
don't you think so?
If I copy and paste somebody else's joke, is it not funny?
Not if you don't have the talent to say it. No.
What if I can? Do you know who Frank Caliendo is?
So can you go back to what?
No,
I'm asking,
you're going to answer my. You're going to answer my question, or we're not doing this.
Sure. I don't know who he is. Go ahead.
He does impersonation. He does impersonations, and he's extremely good at them. Right? So if I could like perfectly encapsulate the way some comedian tells some joke and I tell it, is it not funny?
Given the fact that you're not doing that in this particular circumstance, it's an irrelevant point to make.
Okay, you're not even attempting to engage with it, so like whatever.
Because it's a pivot.
It's not a pivot. I'm testing out the logical consistency of your statements, but like whatever. What was your next question?
What is illogical about what I've said?
You don't believe in what you're saying because you think racially themed jokes can be funny, or jokes about like whatever can be funny. And then so then obviously there's no problem with if I say them, but then you say, well, you don't have the talent to do it. And it's like, as if that somehow just doesn't make it funny. You could read a joke on paper, and paper has zero charisma. Absolutely none. And I read things on paper all the time that are really funny. So whatever you're saying, it's just dumb.
So well, hang on. You're finally
and that's because you came in here so emotional, and you're not making any good points because of that.
I'm not the one who seems to be interrupting a person and unable to.
I said you were emotional, so whatever.
Well, you're not regulating.
You got clovers in your ears too?
I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not funny. See how that didn't hit?
I don't care. Other people think I am funny, so great.
Listen, your comparison to you being like a white piece of paper, which lacks charisma, was a lot more on point than you saying you're.
See, now you're just insulting me again.
Well, I'm just trying to keep it factual. Is all I'm saying. So
no, these are your opinions. Other people think I am funny.
Well, if you believe that you have the ability to be able to tell racial jokes, just say it with your full chest. Would you tell a racial joke using the N-word?
No, I wouldn't do that. There are things that I do and do not want to do. So just because I think a joke about the potato famine is funny doesn't mean I think that the transatlantic slave trade was funny. That's ridiculous. But there are jokes
funny, but not slavery.
There are jokes like that, like on
Sorry, I just want to clarify. Find the famine funny, but not slavery.
A joke. So here's the thing. Why is South Park funny? Because it's not
real. Did you answer my question?
I am answering your question. Why is South Park funny?
I have a lot more respect for you before I actually.
God, you're so fucking emotional, dude.
No. You're getting triggered because you're getting trapped.
That's
why.
Can somebody go to Amazon and ship Irish a shovel so he can dig the sand out of his vagina? Could somebody do that, please?
Find jokes about the famine funny, but
they can be funny. That's not the same thing as
jokes about slavery.
Can you shut up?
Correct?
Thinking that a joke with a theme like that is funny is not the same thing as thinking that the thing itself is funny. So I don't think that the genocide occurring in Gaza right now is very funny, but I find it hilarious when Kenny dies on South Park. So if I think it's funny when Kenny dies, does that mean I think that when kids are killed, it's funny? No, an idiot can understand that, okay? So, like I said, unprejudice yourself from your emotional baggage and just understand. What?
Would you think that a joke that someone tells right now about kids dying in Palestine, would you find that to be funny? Since you're not actually saying.
Probably not. It might shock me and make me laugh because that's a normal response to those types of things.
I asked you, would you think it's funny?
I literally answered that question. I'm not going to answer it twice.
No, you didn't. You deflected and pivoted again. I'll ask the question again.
I answered it, and I'm not going to answer it again.
Do you think you would find it funny if someone made a joke about Palestinian children being unalived right now?
Right. So, okay, you know what? Actually, I know of one, and it's from The Onion. Okay, this was actually years ago, where they had this headline.
Not years ago. We're asking about it right now.
Well,
Okay,
it wouldn't
stop
matter
pivoting.
because you could tell. Okay, so I'll just
Can you
tell.
stop pivoting and answer my question?
I'm trying to, but you're
I didn't know you
interrupting
were
me.
such a coward. Like, I'm asking you a very specific question.
This
You
isn't
said-
going to
Irish,
work,
isn't
dude.
it
You said that if
funny
South
how-
I'm gonna
Park made
tell a
fun,
joke. Ready? I'm
you
gonna tell the
compared
joke.
idea
Okay.
of Kenny dying on South Park.
Okay. And I can't mute him because it mutes future. I have the weirdest
I'll stop
TikTok
talking.
glitch.
Go ahead.
Okay. Here's the joke. And this is from a headline in The Onion, but we can just copy and paste it to today because it's the same type of situation. Israel tells Palestinians where to go in advance to be bombed, or something like that. Tells them like where to. I completely bungled it because I don't remember what it said, but it said something about like it's satire along how they tell them where to go where the safe zones are, but it's the headline was something like tells them ahead of time where the bombs will be dropped or something like that. That's satire like that is often used and it makes people laugh in order to point out absurdities. And it's a very important cultural political tool because it allows us to ridicule people in power and point out how sometimes they're monsters or hypocrites or whatever. So I saw that headline like a couple of weeks ago and it made me laugh. But it wasn't like a laugh like, it's funny that they're killing people. It was like, haha, yeah, they really are the pieces of shit that we think they are, aren't they?
Great. So I'll ask the question again. If you heard a comedian today telling a joke about Palestinian children being unalive
answered it.
today,
If they told
would you find that funny?
if they told that specific thing, I would probably laugh at it. Yeah, I've heard it already, but there we go.
Great. And would you have no problem going around and retelling on that joke?
You cut out a little bit, sorry.
Sure. Would you have no problem going around and retelling that joke yourself?
I just did.
No. Oh, God. That was you retelling it. Sorry. I thought you were describing the subject matter. Was that the joke?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Your delivery reads like a white piece of paper again. So I apologize. That was my
Buddy,
fault.
you're too
So again, I'll
butthurt
ask
for me
you-
to talk to you. Goodbye.
Oh, I'll flip the topic. I'll flip it. I'll go back to men. I'll go men versus bear. I'll go men
No,
versus
you're
bear.
too emotional for that.
How have I demonstrated emotion during this live?
Let's not leave it up to me. Chat. Type a 1 if you think Irish has been overly emotional
type
this whole time.
shamrocks if you don't
Type
think
a
I've been
2 if you think that they have not.
Show shamrocks if you don't think I've been emotional.
1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Couple of shamrocks. Couple of shamrocks. 1
Show the
crybaby.
shamrocks
1
if
1
you
1
don't think I've been
shamrocks.
emotional.
Shamrocks. 2. Oh, 2s are shamrocks. 2 shamrocks. Shamrocks. Well, that's the same person again. Guys, you can't vote
Not working out
twice.
very well for you, though, is it?
I would say it's at
So
least 50-50.
rather than
Well, you got the same people that keep
rather
typing
than making
it.
an appeal to the majority, can you actually discuss with me?
A sole
does that
person's
fix?
opinion is less valuable than a majority poll. I think that a democratic approach is more fair.
I would say the same thing about humor, and let me tell you, most people don't think you're funny. So let me flip the topic.
That's
since
literally
you-
not true.
Okay, sure thing. Let me just ask this one question before I go on to men versus bear. What is it I've done exactly that shows I've been emotional?
You yell and you make all these irrational appeals, and you like your arguments are just completely illogical because I've been able to point out the contradictions in what you believe about them. So
When did I yell?
multiple times.
I haven't yelled a single time.
Okay, you've talked way louder than your normal talking voice. That's what I mean by yelling.
You don't know my normal talking voice.
I'm hearing your normal talking voice.
I haven't yelled. So your other point regarding
Oh, the
me-
gaslighting. It's unbelievable.
I know. Tell me about it, sweetheart. So
See,
you're claiming
that
I
was
yelling when I
emotional
wasn't
right there.
yelling.
The pathetic ad hominem attack right there. That's a perfect example.
I'm sorry. Didn't you just say that I'm being emotional? Was that not you?
That's not an
trying
ad
to-
hominem attack.
That's you trying to undermine the character. You're trying to attack the person and not the argument.
No,
You're trying
I'm
to suggest- you're
attacking
trying
your
to
argument
suggest-
because I said your
No, you're
arguments
not. What
are
you're trying to do is
illogical
you're trying to
because
undermine
of the
argument I'm
emotion.
making and suggest that I shouldn't be.
I never said
credited given the
anything
fact
about
that
your
I'm being
intellect
emotional.
or anything like that. You're
You
very well
literally
spoken.
You literally just said that I've
Oh,
been
you are
emotional
so.
because I've
You
been
actually
irrational.
now you are being stupid.
Well, let's talk about being stupid. Let's talk about the video you made on Man v Bear.
There's nothing wrong with the video I made.
No, there's nothing wrong. In fact,
I don't listen to white
I'll
men's
also-
opinions, okay, Irish, so shut the fuck up. Don't
Really, I'm
talk.
sure
Don't
you
talk
just
to me
talk
about.
yourself in the mirror. Given how ridiculous your views are.
Well, if white men
you
can't
been
have
talking
opinions, then I
yourself
don't
in
want
the
to hear
mirror
your opinion.
Entire time, gassing yourself up because
Irish. I don't care what white men have to say.
I'm going to be honest and transparent. Up until an hour ago, I genuinely loved your platform. I'm not even
Up until
kidding.
10 minutes ago, I didn't know you existed.
Okay.
And neither did anybody
that was a
else.
Was that a joke? This is
The
again
only
another prime
reason
example
anyone
of
knows
why
you
you're
exist is
not
because of
very
me
good at
right
humor.
now.
Really?
Yeah.
Again, people in the comments, if you know me, can you light it up with shamrocks, please?
Light it up. Okay, so what do you want to talk about with regards to the bear?
Hang on. You're the small dick energy who seems to be saying, I've got a big following. Nobody knew who you were before you joined here, yet my
Buddy,
comments
I'm mocking
right now
you
are
because
lighting up your
you're a
section
silly goose.
in green right now. Do you see that?
I don't
There's
care
more
because you told
comments
them
supporting
to.
me right now, not you.
Because you told them to.
You're the one who's so insecure that you're asking the people in here to support
Chat,
you. Now that I'm showing
chat,
you they
I
don't
need you to
support
type as many potatoes as you can so we can drown out this imbecile. As many
you tell
potatoes
people-
as you can.
Would you tell people to use a watermelon if I was black?
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that insensitive? Is that where you draw the line? I thought you agree with
It's
comedy,
not
don't you?
insensitive. You're just saying you are a racist. So
No, you tell me, why would you not? Why would it be inappropriate for you to tell someone to use a watermelon with me if I was black, but it's totally appropriate for you to use a potato when I brought up the fact
because
that
white
was-
people are oppressors. There's your SJW argument. So it's fine. It's fine to mock people like you, people who are colonizers and oppressors.
Can you, all right, since you're someone who I know is very educated, what country did Ireland colonize?
I don't know. But you're
wanna
white, so it's
Google it?
guilt by association.
Can you Google it?
I don't know. Maybe it's
Well, I'll
zero,
give you a moment.
but you're white, so it's guilt by association.
Is that how you operate?
No, but that's
You
how a
just-
lot
you
of
just accused Irish
SJWs
of being
operate.
colonizers, right?
Well, you're white, so you're a colonizer.
You just accused Irish people of being colonizers. Can
Yes.
you
So
Google
what SJWs do is they just call white people colonizers. So
Okay, are you an SJW?
no.
Okay, so why are you talking on behalf of SJWs?
Are you black?
None of your business.
Right. So I'm not allowed to do that, but you're allowed to do that.